Chapter 5. Escape. Cal's point of view. It's now or never, Annika. What's it gonna be? From the looks of our situation, she didn't really have any other option at this rate. Annika took a deep breath and began to run over. The only reason why I'm running with you right now is because I want to find Varlo, she replied. Noted. Well, we better get moving. Follow me. Time skip. I was quite surprised Annika was willing to come with me to the Jedi Temple. I know she had a lot of questions, but everything needed to remain on hold, at least until I find Cere. However, when we finally arrived, the temple was completely destroyed. There was nothing but debris everywhere. I know Cere had to have left something behind. She wouldn't disappear without leaving a trace. Cal, we gotta go. The Empire will find us any minute, Annika pleaded. Just give me a second, I replied. I felt BD1 climb off my back. He quickly ran over to an object, calling me over. As I bent down to what he was scanning, I recognized the item almost immediately. It was another holocron, although this one looked different compared to the last one. It had a triangular shape and had an eerie red glow. As I picked it up carefully, I felt a force echo play out. That same man I encountered earlier was talking to Cere. The last thing I heard was Cere yelling in pain, before I felt the echo fade away. As I held on to the holocron, I could see Annika yelling something from a distance. I walked over, but stopped in my tracks once I heard a familiar, concentrated, mechanical shriek. TIE fighters! Annika, get down! We both took cover behind the remaining pillars before they could shoot at us. I quickly pulled my comlink out, contacting Marin. Cal, is that you? Yes, it's me. Listen, I need you and Grease to start up the Mantis. What's going on? Where are you? She replied worryingly. It's the Empire. They've captured Cere. I tried getting to her, but now the Empire knows I'm here. Okay, Cal, I need you to calm down for a moment. Where's your exact location so we can find you? We're stuck at the Jedi Temple, and they're sending in reinforcements fast. Hold on, we'll be there soon, Marin replied. They better get here fast, otherwise we're going to be in a prison cell, Annika yelled. I tried looking for an opening, but there were too many TIE fighters swarming the entrance of the temple. As I looked around, I did notice one possible exit ahead by the back of the temple. It's still risky, but if Marin and Grease make it in time, maybe it'll work. Got a plan yet, Cal? Annika yelled frantically. One, but you have to trust me on this. At this point, what choice do I really have? I rolled my eyes slightly and focused on our exit. Ignore all distractions. Persistence and the Force has my ally, I whispered to myself. Right as Annika and I made our way towards the back of the temple, our luck couldn't get any more worse. The stairs were blown off here as well. What now, genius? Annika snapped. I'm doing the best I can. Give me a break. Well, we can't jump, she argued. We're gonna have to, I implied. I put my lightsaber away and quickly gave Annika the holocron. I told her rather sternly not to drop it. So, what's it gonna be? You trust me? I asked, holding my hand out. Annika sighed in defeat and held my hand tightly. You better not get us killed. That's the idea, I choked lightly. Annika and Cal both backed up, getting ready for a running start. Cal could feel Annika's grip tighten as they ran off the cliffside. He quickly reacted and pulled his grappling hook out, tossing it to the nearest speeder. However, Annika was beginning to slip out of Cal's grip. Soon the driver began to notice the extra weight that was pinning his speeder down, and knocked Cal and Annika off. Lucky for them this time, they managed to crash land on a rooftop. Please tell me we don't have to jump anymore, said Annika. Not unless we have to, I replied, sitting up slowly. I called Marin again on my comlink, telling her again where my exact location was. It didn't take long for them to find us. Once the hatch opened, Annika and I both ran over to the Mantis, jumping mid-air onto the platform. When the hatch closed and the ship took off, I sighed in relief. You're in big trouble, kid. Cere told us to stay put, and now look what you caused, Grease snapped. Please calm down. We need to stay focused for Cere's sake, Marin replied. We found another holocron, I began. and I think it'll give us a hint as to where Seer has been taken to. Annika handed me the holocron, and I set it down gently on the table. This one doesn't look like a Jedi holocron, Marin added. It's not. I'm not sure whose it is yet, but I know it's not good, I replied. I noticed everyone staring at someone for a moment, until I realized they were looking at Annika. Right. This is Annika. I met her in town. Hello, Annika replied. Welcome aboard the Mantis, Grease replied. You sort of remind me of my sisters back home, said Marin. Thank you? Annika replied. So what's the plan, kid? Grease asked. Everyone now turned their attention towards me, hoping for an answer. We start by figuring out this holocron, and I think I know where we can identify it. Just say the name, kid. Where to? Grease added. Yavin 4. End of Chapter 5.